Les Baux du Provence has a spectacular position in the Alpilles Mountains, set atop a rocky outcrop crowned by a ruined castle. The village gives its name to the aluminum ore bauxite which was first discovered there in 1821. Les Baux is now given over entirely to the tourist trade, relying on a reputation as one of the most picturesque villages in France. Its population of 22 in the old village is a fraction of its peak population of over 4,000, and many of its buildings, in particular the castle, are picturesque ruins. When you first search the craggy hilltops for signs of Les Baux de Provence, you may not quite be able to distinguish between bedrock and building. So naturally does the ragged skyline of towers and crenellations blend into the sawtooth jags of stone. Today, Les Baux offers two world-famous faces to the world: its beautifully preserved medieval village and the ghostly ruins of its fortress, once referred to as the Ville Morte, Dead Town. In the village, lovely 12th century stone houses, even their window frames still intact, shelter the shops, cafes and galleries that line the steep, cobbled streets. The well-preserved stone windows in this ruined house on the Grand Rue F. Mistral are inscribed with the Latin motto of Geneva, which in English means light after darkness. Place Saint Vincent, where we can see the White Penitents Chapel, built by the Penitents Order in the 18th century. Inside, the chapel is adorned by a fresco by Yves Breyer, one of the most significant contemporary French painters. Also facing the charming plaza is Saint Vincent's Church, built between the 12th and the 15th centuries, an example of Roman style. The 20th century stained glass windows by Max Ingrand were a gift from Prince Rainier of Monaco, whose family has ancestral ties to the region. Another view of the quaint Place Saint Vincent. Then it was time to walk back to the parking lot where our tour bus was waiting for us for the ride back to Arles. On the ride back to Arles, I was able to capture pictures of some interesting landmarks. The quarries of Fontvieille provided materials for the construction of the Abbey of Montmajour. The Abbey of Montmajour, formerly the Abbey of St. Peter in Montmajour, was a fortified Benedictine monastery built between the 10th and 18th centuries on what was originally an island 5 kilometers north of Arles. The abbey and the landscape around it were frequently painted and drawn by Vincent van Gogh. Today, the ruins of the abbey are cared for as a historic monument. The Chapel of the Holy Cross was built to contain the most valuable relic of the abbey, a piece of the true cross. It is located a few hundred meters from the abbey church, outside the monastery walls, to provide the monks with greater separation from the crowds of pilgrims.